Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been ages and there's a number of reasons for that, some of which I can't divulge on the channel, but I've been waiting longer for that down there, so let's open it up and see what's in there. It is the wiring loom, all updated, complete with a fuse box, God knows what the hell that is, and a whole bunch of other things. It's ready to go. I'm gonna see if it fits in to the lengths and stuff that I've provided him. Also see if all the connectors match up, because that could be a problem, and also checking that the ECU connects to it, and then I'll start mounting it. So in June, before I unplugged the whole wiring loom, as you can see here, and found an electrician that specializes in everything, but he said that he can, instead of building a whole new engine loom, he can just turn this one and make it fit what I want to do, neaten it up, get rid of some of the wires I don't need, new injectors, connectors, connect to my ECU, not the stock ECU, all that other jazz, give me a little fuse box and stuff for the SR20, the Datsun Ute chassis loom. Now the chassis loom is a mess and I would like to hide it, but I think I would have to redo it to hide it. So for now I'm just going to see, I don't think the lengths are going to fit on the outside where I'd run the wires, so I'm just going to see how I go with mounting it as is, and then down the track that will be a job that I will tackle myself instead of getting this guy to do it, because, well, I've heard great things about him. It's taken almost 6 months. What is it? Yeah, it's December, middle of December, and I really had to push him to get that done at the end. So I really hope this fits and there's no issues, but there always seems to be. So yeah, we will find out very shortly, I think. I'm going to have to make head or tail of this, but I've got he's given me some notes. Some of the connectors look like they were from the original, so that should be easy enough to hook up. Most of these are for the injectors. Sorry, most of the connectors look like there's a mix of new and old, so that should help identify some of them. These are for the injectors, so that's a good place to start. Yeah, this should be fun. There's some notes, so I'll get into them and see what I can figure out. One thing that's worth checking is if this is going to fit, or if the connector is going to fit into this. So it is a Link Monsoon ECU. I think they're supposed to be pretty good, but still, this one's probably like second bottom of the line. Small, compact. Don't drop it. About this size. I've put a mount already on the passenger side. That's what the connector's supposed to look like. So this is it here. I think. Ooh, it goes right in. So if it comes out, maybe I'll put it on back to front. Nah, cool, perfect. Alright, that fits. I don't know if we start there or start at the injectors. There's a few other cables and things in there. In the box, there's a Grommet. These will be handy for wiring up the power steering, the electric power steering unit up the back. Need to fit this good old IACV, idle air control valve. Just give this a clean in there. So the original one that came off this is in the S12, and I hadn't driven it for about 5 weeks, and when I started it started having some problem with idle just a little bit, and it started playing up. So I don't know, did it get filthy or what? Why do they break so easy? This one's from a wreck at second hand, who even knows if it friggin' works. But the other one was, I had like a couple of months of trouble-free driving, and then it messed up. So if anyone knows a way, or if you need these idle air control valves, or if you can piss them off, just block them off. I have seen deleters on there, but I've also heard that they don't work well. But if anyone knows a good solution, please leave it in the comments below. Let me know. I'm really keen to find out. Alright, I do recall this was a pain in the ass to fix. Not too bad. idle air control valve is fit. Head or tail of this, but I think I'll take all these off so I can send it through the firewall. I'm just wondering, this one here goes to the fuel pump, something goes to the battery, probably this one. We've encountered our first problem. Don't know if you can see here or not, the hole in the firewall, which is right there. The ECU plug, is that the ECU? ECU plug doesn't fit, neither does the fuse box plug. That will be my next mission. I have to drill a hole to make that a bit bigger. Let's drill some fucking holes. Or let's drill one hole and make a mess of it. Look who's got a monster hole in his firewall. Wow, that's big. Alright, shit's gonna fit through that at least. We know that much. So if I haven't explained already, he added this on. This is so when I do the coil on plug setup with the CAS, the crank angle sensor, it's ready to go. It's just off the loom here. This one is the wires for all the wiring for all the gauges I have for the dash, so that'll be another episode. I'll do a specific wiring this to the gauge or to all the gauges when I fit the dash. Fuse box, power, I suppose the battery, I don't know, we've got to figure out all the battery shit, and ECU plug. So I'll put on that rubber grommet. Pretty much everything after this goes into the engine, into the cabin, so it should look a lot neater. Let's try and cram in as much as we can. Now. So I've managed to thread the loom through, but the grommet that I got with the SR that came from the S15, it's got an elephant trunk going down. As you can see here, the wiring is going up, sort of straight and up. So even if I tip it upside down, the grommet just looks stupid, doesn't work properly, and it's obviously not going, like it doesn't seal well. Shit's gonna get down there, water, everything else, so it's not really ideal. And if I put it the other way so the elephant nose is into the cabin, then it's just gonna, again, work as a funnel and slowly grease, oil, water, whatever else is going to get into the cabin. So I'm going to have to find a alternate solution. The search will continue. I've got a few options. Raceworks has one. There are some other places that make sort of generic straight through grommets that I'll use, and that should solve the problem here. Just means I have to throw the SR grommet into the bin. As you can see, the internal wiring for the chassis wiring is a bit of a mess. I'm sure I can remove some of them now that I've got. I'm sure I can remove some of them now that I've got connectors to, or a nice neat connector right there for the dash. That's what the back of the rubber grommet looks like. It's not the right way, so I will change that. But yeah, I've got to try and make head or tail of this, and it looks all fucking shit. There's my fuse box, so I'll mount that too. That as well. Yep, there you go, that makes more sense. This connects up over to there, to the wire, engine loom. So this long one that I can run, I suppose, underneath there, just thread it through if I've got some room and stick it into here somewhere. Basically, it is a intake air temp sensor, so I have to speak to my tuner about if we really need one or not. It's just, it fits a GM air intake one. You've probably seen these before. Because it's a non-turbo motor, I really don't know if there's any point. I don't know if it's really necessary, so I'll talk to my tuner about that. Maybe it helps him a little bit, maybe it doesn't fucking help at all. So we'll see. This blue and yellow and blue wire is to go the oil sender on the engine block. So I had to get an SR1 of them. It's in this little baggie here. All the fun stuff inside. He's given me a lot of length there, so it's unnecessary. So I'll see how much I need and then leave a bit extra and then cut the rest off. Shortened and fitted the oil sender connector. Although this all looks messy here, so I'm going to take off the idle air control valve, try and fit it underneath and see if it will fit or not, and if it will if these two plugs will plug on. It'll definitely look better if I can hide it away underneath that, just out of the way of the fuel rail. So I've tucked away. It's a bit of a tight fit. It's not too bad actually, but with this stupid IACV spacer tube that's going to come here into the bottom of the intake. If you can see it any better under here. If you can see it any better under here, basically this hose here is going to connect to that and work with the idle air control valve, hopefully. But I really want to remove it. It's just fucked. There's not much room here and it still looks ugly. It is a bit neater. It's just hidden away so it looks better. Everything connects, that connects, that connects. All the injectors connect, that connects. Got the wires running down here, so this one for the oil sender, this one I believe is an earth, and that one's to the starter. Okay, so that's not bad. I tucked away this one. I'm still not sure what that spare one's for, and then this one for the CAS and the coil on plug setup for later on. So the engine bay is pretty much sorted for the moment, barring those three. I'll get onto them next. Now I just need to figure out how much of this stock loom I can remove and what I can piss off. But that's a problem for another day. Next episode I'll wire up the battery and alternator and finish all the engine wiring harness. Hopefully. Maybe then we can see if this engine will start. See you on the next one.